How's everybody feeling, man? Welcome to the Positionless podcast. If you watched us before, it's welcome back. We appreciate you tuning in. We're just giving our early reactions to round one of the NBA playoffs today.
A lot of great games. I'm excited to get in this Nuggets-Clippers series.
Whew.
I got a quiz for you today. Players, Tyler has the top 10 players in the playoffs with the most playoff points. You got me? So they got to be in the playoffs.
Right
Try to
now?
guess the top 10 players with the most playoff points. Yeah, currently in the playoffs.
Give me Tatum, Brown.
Tatum is 6, Brown is 8.
Tatum is 6.
Yeah. Most playoff points throughout their career.
Give me Bron. Give me Jokic.
Bron. Jokic is number 10. Bron's
Donovan Mitchell.
Of course. Donovan Mitchell is not on the list.
Damn, that's surprising.
Yeah.
Let me think of some vets.
I mean, you're missing some obvious guys.
Steph Curry.
Steph Curry's 2.
No way Dre made that list.
Draymond is 12. He did not make the list.
Okay.
He was close,
Jimmy
though.
Butler.
Jimmy Butler, number 7.
Ooh. Let's Fred VanVleet. No, I'm kidding.
Not even
I'm
close.
trolling.
Not after that 4 for 19 game he had.
We'll talk about that shit later. Let me think. Let me go through the teams here. Nobody else on the Cavs. Al Horford.
Al Horford. You got Al Horford, the hardest one on the list, number 9. Wow.
Fucking go. That was obvious. I don't know. I was thinking of old players on.
He's been in the
teams.
league for a minute, but
yeah, and he's made the playoffs a lot.
yeah.
Let's keep thinking here, though. Nobody else on the Celtics, I don't think. Nobody on the Magic.
Nah, I mean, you got some obvious guys.
Nobody on the Knicks. Nobody on.
You're missing
The
3, 4,
Pistons.
5 right now.
3, 4, 5? Are they all out west?
Yeah.
Okay. Luka? No,
Luka.
it's career, so there's no way.
He's 15.
Okay. Let's see. Nobody on the Thunder. They're all fucking young.
Yeah.
Nobody on the Rockets. Again, all young, unless Jeff Green slipped in there somehow. But nah. Let's see. Anthony Edwards? Probably not.
Edwards, nah.
That's another young
You're missing
guy.
a team's going blank on you right now. With some
Oh, Harden, Kawhi.
Harden, Kawhi, 4 and 5.
I have
Or
4.
3 and 4. And I think you're just missing number 5.
All right, let me tap in. I don't want to make a guess until I get this guy. So, Jamal Murray.
Jamal Murray is number 14.
Damn. It's no one on the Nuggets then. So yeah.
Are you sure about that?
Am I sure about that? So it's not Aaron Gordon, it's not MPJ, it's not.
Are you sure?
Russell
it's not?
Westbrook.
Russell Westbrook, yes. sir.
Duh.
Number
Okay.
5. I was going to let you go off there, but it would have taken a minute.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you got LeBron, Curry, Harden, Kawhi, Westbrook, Tatum, Jimmy, JB, Al Horford, and Jokic. I didn't think you were going
Let's
to
get
get
it.
L, but probably
we're watching the
the
Celtics right
Celtics
now.
game. It probably refresh your memory, but
Yeah.
those are the top 10 players in the playoffs with the most points. Giannis was 11.
Ooh, I didn't even guess
So
Giannis.
he was going to be up there pretty soon.
Dame, I'm surprised he's not on there. But again, he was in Portland
He's
a lot
13.
of years.
He
didn't
was
make the
first round
playoffs.
exit every year.
Well, not every year, brother.
He did have that one Western Conference Finals run.
Hey, brother, he took Portland to like their first win in the fucking playoff series.
Yeah.
In a long time on a buzzer
That
beater
young
shot.
game. Yeah.
Who was that over? Not the
I
Warriors.
don't know who. Oh, the team? The Rockets.
Yeah, it was the Rockets. Okay,
Him
I
and
thought
Brandon
so.
Roy, both of them against the Rockets.
I forgot Brandon Roy was still on that squad.
No. Brandon Roy wasn't on the
Oh,
squad,
yeah,
but he had the buzzer beater against the Rockets.
I'm trolling, yeah.
Yeah, Draymond was 12 just because he's been in the playoffs.
Did we say who 11 was?
11 was Giannis.
Okay.
Then
okay.
Lillard, Jamal, Luka. So, yeah, let's get
I
into this
guessed
playoffs.
all
though.
those guys, too.
Yeah. Let's start with the Clippers Nuggets series just because I think
It's right at the top
been
of our
the
minds
best
right now,
series.
yeah.
Easily. Game 1.
Game 1, of course, Nuggets got the win in
Yeah.
a very close game. I mean, along with Game 2. But Game 1, I think we both kind of said the same thing, that Zubac was going to be a major factor guarding Jokic. Of course, Jokic is going to do what he does, but I think Zubac definitely has made it hard on him the whole way so far. He had 7 turnovers last night?
Yep.
Or the night before, Tuesday night? Or Monday night? I can't remember. But
Yeah.
No, Game 1 was awesome. What was your favorite moment from that game?
From Game 1,
Yeah.
well, this goes along to what I was gonna say. It had to be that Russell Westbrook corner three.
Oh fuck yeah, Russell Westbrook was clutch in that game.
I just want to, before we get too deep into it, I just want to show some appreciation for Russell Westbrook real quick. This is a guy who was an MVP player with the ball in his hands, controlling the whole team. And we haven't really seen a transformation like this throughout NBA history where a guy who's been an MVP goes to a different team. Obviously, he's not the same player, but he's like a glue guy for the team. He's going to grab the offensive rebounds. He's going to crash the glass, be a cutter. He's so smart. I just love watching him and Jokic play together because, yeah, Russ is a bonehead sometimes, but his basketball IQ is still so high. It's just so fun watching him and Jokic play together off the cuts, the screen and rolls.
He made a lot of good defensive plays as well.
The defensive play off Harden to end the game.
Yeah.
Knocking the ball off Harden. I just want to show some appreciation for Russell Westbrook because we don't know how much longer he's going to be in the league. He's been on a different team the last 3-4 years, becoming a journeyman. I really like this role for him, but we don't know if they're going to bring him back with the whole Calvin Booth firing. So
he's at the end of his contract? Was it a 1-year deal?
I'm just assuming he just signed a 1-year deal because that's what he's been doing for the past 4 years. But, yeah, shout out Russell Westbrook, man.
Yeah, shout out Russ because he did play a major factor in that fourth quarter. I think he hit 2 threes in that fourth quarter.
He did.
That corner three being the one that,
I think
put
it
him
was
over
the
the
same
top.
corner,
Was it
both
the same?
threes, because that's how they were playing him.
Wide open.
Control the middle of the floor, leave Russell Westbrook wide open because it's Russell Westbrook, and he made him pay for it.
Understandably. I mean, I do love that he did make him pay for it. But like you said, he is a bonehead sometimes.
Yeah.
I saw a funny thing on Twitter. It was like he's basically like a Mario Kart item block where you just don't know what you're going to get every possession. I mean, you're going to get a lot of hard-nosed energy, effort.
Yeah,
and,
being a tough defender.
Attacker, but
it could either turn out to be great or the worst turnover you've seen in the past 5 games you've watched.
I mean, speaking of turnovers, I think in this series, the turnover battle has been a huge part of it.
Yeah.
Game 1, I believe Kawhi and Norman Powell combined for like 12 of their 20 turnovers, which, of course, we saw kind of the opposite of that in Game 2, where the Nuggets had over 20 turnovers and Jokic had, 7 of them?
Yeah.
I will say with Jokic's turnovers, sometimes it seemed like his guys just weren't getting to the spot that he knew that they should be.
Yeah,
and like the defenders were beating his guys to the spot, basically. Yeah. So I mean, of course, that's tough. It was also some lazy passes, but it played a major role in why they lost by 5 points.
Yeah, you got to shout out Zubac for sure.
Yeah,
got to shout out Chris Dunn. I've seen multiple times where Jokic is backing down and Chris Dunn comes from his blind side, steals the ball, makes a deflection. So. Game 2, though, Kawhi Leonard, man. I mean, he just looked like a man amongst boys out there. Like, yeah.
He looked like the older sibling playing fucking Nerf basketball with the little ones. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Shit was unfair.
It really was. I just loved when he gets on that right wing and he gets to his spot, man, it's basically unstoppable. I mean, there were some great contests.
Yeah.
He was getting some good buckets, but he also got great contests, and he was just making it.
Double teams. I mean, they don't really have a guy that can stay with him one-on-one, so they're going to have to bring help every time. But he scored 39 on 15 of 19 shooting, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
That's kind of unheard of in today's NBA.
And a lot of that was from the mid-range as well.
Yep. Getting to a spot and knocking it down.
I saw an interesting thing where it's going to be very hard to explain Kawhi to future basketball enjoyers, where his peak was like bigger Kobe.
This guy was the best player in the NBA.
Yeah. I mean, but then all time he has less points than like Antoine Walker.
What does he have, like 3 All-Star appearances, 3 or 4 maybe?
I think probably more than that. But yeah, in the one championship, of course, shit, you never know. They could be champions this year. I love that squad now.
I mean, he did get a Finals MVP with the Spurs, though.
Oh, yeah, for sure, yeah.
So,
I said one championship. He's got 2 championships.
I figured you meant the one with Toronto.
He's got the one with Toronto, yeah.
But it's not like he was just some role player on that Spurs team either.
Hell no.
He won the Finals MVP.
Yeah. I honestly didn't even think about that for a second. But
yeah, people forget about them Spurs days.
He was a killer with the Spurs, bro, as well. I mean, I remember him getting drafted out of San Diego State. Was that the same class as Kyrie?
I don't know, but you were a big fan of him, I remember.
I remember back in the day, 2K had a create a legend mode, and I used to do that shit with Kawhi. Like, before he was Kawhi, you know.
I really hope he stays healthy.
Yeah.
This is the healthiest and best we've seen him.
Norman Powell had a great game, too, as well, after struggling a bit in game one. But
it's nice to see him get his aggression or confidence back because we know Kawhi's not going to do this every night. And the reason they've won so many games and got themselves into this position is because Norman Powell has been the offensive player that he's been.
On the Nuggets side, I also want to shout out Jamal Murray. At least in game one, you know, I thought he made some timely plays for them. Yeah. Overall, the efficiency wasn't quite there, but very, very timely shots for them in game one. So just wanted to show him love because he's been, you know, he gets a lot of hate.
He's got a lot of flack this year.
Not necessarily hate, but, you know, he gets talked shit on sometimes. So
yeah. And Michael Porter Jr., he got benched in game one.
And then he fucking took a nap on the floor in game two.
Nah, that was crazy.
Is he okay, though?
No, he finished out the game.
Oh, I thought he said he fucked up his shoulder.
I mean, yeah, he did just lay on the floor in the middle of the possession.
They could have won. Led to that was like the last 5 minutes, wasn't it?
Yeah. Close-ass game. But
you just got to get up and play through it in the fucking playoffs, bro. Like, you're not going to get your ref stoppage.
Yeah.
They let Carmelo Anthony lay on the floor for fucking
3 possessions. But I don't think there's any crazy adjustments for Ty Lue or Adelman to make for this. I think it's just 2 very evenly matched teams.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough series.
I don't know what adjustments the Nuggets do to try to slow Kawhi down. Because when he's in that mode, he's really nothing you can do about it.
I mean, of course, coming off game 2, we both predicted the Clippers. Coming off game 2, we're probably still a little bit confident. Did you waver at all after game 1? Of course, it was very close as well.
I didn't waver, but I picked Clips in 6. I think the series is going 7.
Yeah, I picked Clippers in 5, which is kind of, I see now. I was bugging, you know.
Jokic is too
damn good.
But I think they are going to need some contributions from a guy like Bogdanovich because he hasn't scored at all this series. He only played like 50 minutes a game. So when it comes down to it, if Kawhi's not having that game, Harden's not having that game, Powell's not having that game, they might need a guy like Bogdanovich to step up off the bench.
Hit 3 threes or something. Yeah.
Exactly.
You want to talk about Pistons-Knicks next? I think that's the second best series so far. Cade fucking Cunningham, bruh.
Cade is a problem.
You could definitely see game 1. He was struggling with OG, McCall on him. Mm-hmm. Game 2, he just looked a lot more comfortable, controlled. Getting to his he's a killer in the mid-range, that short float game as well. He does basically get whatever he wants. And I love how he works off the pick and roll, trying to hunt that Jalen Brunson matchup, which I think he had like, I can't remember the exact stat, but Jalen Brunson was put into the pick and roll like 20 times. I think it was last night. And like 12 of those 20 times, Cade Cunningham was the ball handler. So they're making him work. What did he finish with? 33 and 12? Mm-hmm. It was a masterclass from Cade last night.
Yeah, I mean, I picked a Knicks in 5 in this series, but the more I'm watching it, the Pistons are the more physical team right now.
I think they have a legit chance. They did last night without Isaiah Stewart as well.
Exactly.
What's his name? Paul Reed. He had a couple bad turnovers as well.
He wasn't that bad, though.
He wasn't that bad. He played good defense, but
yeah,
you know, I think Beef Stew is probably the better player. So
I've got to rant about the Knicks for a second because I think Tibbs is just being outcoached right now.
I've never really loved Tibbs as a coach.
His offense blows. Like, straight up, he's running the same shit he was running all regular season. Like, no creativity at all. Just Jalen Brunson ISOs and swing the ball around. It looks like the Pistons know what the Knicks are doing right now.
What do you think about the whole Jalen Brunson flopping as well?
I mean, he's fucking... There's no way to say it other than he's trying to get the calls. The head jerk movement. Like, bro, it's the playoffs.
I mean, you got to remember, he's like my height, though.
Yeah, but come on, you're not.
Imagine me out there moving like Jalen Brunson. Like, you got to flop sometime.
No, I get you. Sometimes you have to sell the call.
But that shit was pretty egregious.
But his flopping?
Yeah, his flopping. It was just getting like...
Every time he drove, it's a head jerk back.
And then like the way he like look at the refs afterwards, like, you gonna call that? Or,
Yeah,
like,
it's
just
playoff basketball.
I hate when players talk to refs, honestly. So
It's not very entertaining to watch when he's trying to flop and get the call, jumping into the defender every time.
celebrating when Asar fouls out,
Yeah,
that shit was lame.
it is pretty lame.
Karl Anthony Towns, though,
Well, yeah, I mean, game one, the Knicks almost lost. They went on a 21-0 run to end the game.
they almost did the same thing in game 2,
Yeah,
but the Pistons responded a lot better to the Knicks runs this time. So shout out Dennis Schroeder.
Schroeder with a huge three.
Massive three to ice the series or ice the game right there.
Because he is one of the few guys on the team that has some experience.
He was one of the. I called him one of the X factors for the Pistons because he is one of those vets and he's off the bench. I think he gave him 20 off the bench. He comes in and he can run an offense when Cade's not on the floor because I think he is like almost a starter, basically, like fringe starter.
Yeah,
but a very, very, very good sixth man and. He played phenomenal for them last. I don't think they won that game without Dennis Schroeder. Of course, with his big three, but even without that, he played very good basketball up to that point.
I like him even on the floor with Cade too. Just take some ball pressure off of him.
But I'm sorry, you were talking about Cat.
Cat, 10 points on 11 shots when he was being guarded by Tobias Harris.
He's got to shoot more.
He's got to shoot more, but I also think the Knicks got to give him the ball more.
Yeah, he was definitely calling for it a lot with Toby on him, and they just weren't getting him the ball. But
like they're trying to use Cat how they were using Julius Randle. Like at that point, why even make the trade if you're going to use Cat out of the post? Like, yeah,
well,
Cat can back him down and get a bucket. He did it a few times that game, but it's not really his.
I think if you have a Tobias Harris on you, you definitely should get him the ball in the post.
Yeah,
I mean, Cat has a post game.
For sure.
That was one of his best things coming out of college, that and his defense. Of course, he always had the shooting ability, but
you can't.
I think it's easy buckets.
Yeah.
It's like if I saw Alperen Sengun on of course, I don't think Cat's the paint scorer that he is, but he has the big enough body.
He's not the paint scorer, and he's not the playmaker that Sengun is.
No, not at all.
It's not like they're just going to leave Tobias one-on-one with him.
They were sending the late help when he did catch in the paint, and
they're sending it off Josh Hart, who refuses to take the three.
Yeah, he has not been playing well.
He played 40 minutes in game 2 and shot 2 threes.
I mean, he's smarter than that. He's got to know that they need him to shoot those shots to help alleviate some of the pressure off Brunson and Cat.
And if he's not going to, put in Deuce McBride. He played 13 minutes, 2 for 4 from 3, hit some big shots.
Deuce McBride, he's a guy I think can put some pressure on Brunson as well. Not on Brunson, on Cade as well. And
take some pressure off Brunson on the offensive end because he's about the only one that's ball handling for the Knicks right now.
Yeah, well, that's basically has been Tibbs' entire fucking.
That's what I'm saying. I think
Tibbs
season might have to go after this year.
Would you be shocked? Would you be shocked?
No.
Neither would I.
I think if this team had an offensive-minded coach, they'd be a top 5 offense in the NBA. Instead, they're very slow-paced. They do have a good defense because, yeah, Tibbs is a good defensive coach. But with that personnel on the team, you got great defensive wings.
Mike Brown to the Knicks?
I don't know. I mean, there's so many great coaches out there right now.
Who would you want to see?
I wouldn't say great, but there's good coaches out there.
Taylor Jenkins, a Mike Malone, a Mike Brown.
I would like Mike Malone there.
Mike Malone there?
I
would love that, yeah.
He got experience coaching a great offensive center.
That's facts. I mean,
maybe he could unlock some type of 2-man game between Jalen and Cat because they don't even run any 2-man game with Cat and Jalen.
No,
two great offensive players.
They imagine if they really did just spam like Jalen and Cat pick and pop, pick and roll.
I didn't see them do it one time.
I know.
Not once.
I know. Well, the Pistons, they love pick and roll.
Yeah.
I mean, Jalen Duren, he's a great finisher. I don't love him putting the ball on the floor. That usually leads to a turnover. That's honestly all the Pistons bigs. I would love to see Cade with like a smart center. This is a terrible person to use, but even just like a Yusuf Nurkic level offense.
I get what you're saying. He can make the pass out of the short
exactly. Roll. Yeah. I would love to see that. Dude, imagine if the Rockets drafted Cade. No,
Always
I'm
comes back
sorry.
to the Rockets.
I'm sorry, Jalen, but
Damn, they got a rivalry too.
I know, and they've had a
Since high school.
for a long time. Yeah, I'm pretty sure since back in like the AAU days.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
what series?
just watching the Knicks, it kind of just infuriates me. I mean,
So we both definitely agree the Pistons have a real shot now.
Mhm.
Would you bet on the Pistons? Would you bet on the Knicks?
to win the series, I gotta just take the Knicks because
They're
of
so much more
experience,
talented as well. I mean, of course,
talent.
Cade. I definitely underestimated how Cade was going to play in these playoffs. I thought he was going to struggle a lot more with those big ass wings on him.
Yeah,
And-
I think Mikal Bridges too. Like, you've traded 5 first-round picks for Mikal Bridges. The best player on the opposing team is still putting up 33 points. He's supposed to be the lockdown wing, and he shoots 3 for 11 from 3.
Yeah,
in this
Mikal
game, too.
Bridges has been let me not say a massive disappointment on this Knicks squad, but he's definitely not lived up to what he doesn't have the offense that he had in Brooklyn, and he
Not
does
even
not have the
close.
defense that he had in Phoenix. Both of them are really not close.
Yeah,
I mean, he was dying on screens all year. He's not been the screen navigator that he has been in the past. I think he needs to really lock in this offseason. Fuck the offense shit. Get back to your defense and threes, bro.
5 first-round picks. It's crazy.
That is insane, especially when Bulls can even get a first-round pick for Caruso, a better defender.
Yeah, better player in the playoffs right now.
He's on a different role, but
Yeah, those
I've-
OKC games have been pretty.
I haven't
embarrassing.
watched more than like 5 minutes of the OKC games because I turn them on. I'm like, Jesus Christ,
50
it's a
point game.
blowout. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's basically it for the Knicks. I mean, if Josh Hart isn't going to take those shots, he only got 1 offensive rebound because obviously Josh Hart's a good player, but if he's not going to impact the game with his rebounding and he's not going to shoot the ball, why is he on the floor?
Yeah.
Put in Deuce McBride and maybe try to run the double big lineup with Mitchell and Cat. But nah, Tibbs stuck in his regular season ways.
Yeah, I don't understand Tibbs as a coach. I mean, you spam the starters all fucking season long when you could use that time to like
Maybe
get these other
experiment.
guys prepared. Yeah, and experiment with some lineups, but he's an old school ass coach, bro.
I think
They
time
need
has
to
passed
change.
him by.
They need to change for sure.
Anything else you want to say about the Pistons?
I mean, I just think I definitely underestimated the Pistons. I didn't think they really had a real chance, but
Biggerstaff is coaching really well.
I don't think it's sustainable for the Knicks to lose for 3 quarters in a row and make a fourth quarter comeback. Like the Pistons are young; they're gonna have their, questions in the fourth quarter. The same with the Pacers. We'll transition right into that series. Bucks and Pacers, they've given up. Of course, they've been dominating the Bucks, but they've been giving up like large fourth quarter runs too, almost making it a game. I think the Bucks cut it to 10 at one point. I don't know.
They cut it to 2.
Cut it to 2.
Bobby hit a
I know Bobby had like 28.
3-point.
Dude, both these Bucks games I've turned off at halftime. I'm like, this is fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Dame's talking shit, and now he put up 13. I mean, he also got played 37 minutes. Thanks, Doc Rivers. Bro's been out for fucking weeks. I don't think it's the right time to play him that many minutes when he sucked, if
Yeah.
we're being honest. But
No, they cut the lead to 2, but then their defense is so ass. They left Pascal wide open for a 3, and then Nemhard hit one over Giannis, so it was basically gone just like that.
man, Nemhard is one of them ones. As far as role players go,
Best playoff riser as a role player.
he's like a Derek
Yeah.
White mold to me, where he's gonna play fucking stingy defense, bro. And he's a good bucket getter.
Yeah.
He's a good playmaker too for his role. So
Really nothing he can't do on the floor.
I mean, I know the Bucks would love an Nemhard right now.
Oh my
He's
gosh.
what they need.
If they could trade AJ Green for Nemhard or anyone on that bench, because they really don't have any bench right now.
Nah, we don't. I mean, AJ Green, Gary Payton. Gary Payton's been asked too.
It just makes no sense. Like, game 1, Doc Rivers started Ryan Rollins.
I know. I saw that shit.
Why is he in the game?
I mean, like, I understand playing him if like he thinks he's a fucking good player.
I don't think he's a good player.
I have not seen enough of him to like make that.
I just
call.
don't see anything that he does like very well on the
There's
court.
no
That's
way
gonna
Doc
impact
Rivers
the
is still
win.
the coach after this year,
No,
right?
no chance.
I mean, I think the Bucks really need to clear house front office coach wise. If Giannis requests a trade, I think we have to do it. It's only right for him. He's given the city so much. I mean, what, 12 years almost now? A championship.
I think they might run it back one more year with a new coach.
Bro, but like Dame has not lived up to my expectations as a Bucks fan, man. I mean, I talked about it before the season. Of course, he did have a pretty damn good year, like statistically this year, but the defense is so fucking ass. And I mean, I love what he brings, like playmaking wise and shot making wise, but I really
They don't
regret.
have the right team around him to
No.
compete right now.
No.
I mean, you're playing
The roster's ass, bro.
the roster's ass.
Giannis is fucking playing his heart out, and we're scratching and clawing to stay in the games, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
And when your defense is that bad, maybe you should consider playing Andre Jackson some minutes over
but that
AJ
dude
Green.
cannot fucking touch the basketball on the offensive side.
No, he can't, but you're giving up 125, 130 points a game.
But we're playing 4-on-5 if Andre Jackson's in the game. Giannis is already playing basically 1-on-5.
Yeah, he can shoot an open three. It's not like he's Ben Simmons.
But I'm saying they're going to leave him wide open. We're playing 4-on-5.
and
out
maybe he hits a few.
there.
of
We
them.
don't want him to shoot a lot of threes.
Maybe he hits two though.
How many threes is he taking to hit 2? 6?
Maybe he hits 2 for 2. Like you never know. If you got to give him a chance to go out there and show.
All right, brother.
the
If you miss
play.
the first 3, you coming right back out.
yeah, get the fuck out of the game. But
If you're not hot, you're not hot. But like,
at least try to play him, in my opinion. But no, the Bucks defense just sucks.
sucks ass.
Their defensive rating in the playoffs 121.8,
Jesus
worse than the
Christ.
Grizzlies.
Jesus
Worse than the
Christ.
Grizzlies, and we've seen what the Grizzlies have done.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, the Thunder were also playing their bench basically the entire
Second
game.
half,
yeah.
Yeah,
I
this
didn't-
series is over for sure.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's 2-0. I mean, they're on the fucking bench laughing their asses off
what-
down fucking 70.
You hear what Giannis said?
No.
He said life or death for the Bucks now.
Yeah, I
Heading
mean,
into Game 3.
life or death for his fucking Bucks career, maybe.
That's what they're saying. Is he talking about Game 3? Is he talking about his Bucks career?
It's probably both, brother.
Could be foreshadowing something that could happen this offseason.
Who?
Yeah, no, that OKC Memphis series though, it's not even a series. In the first 2 games, Shea has shot 33% from the field, and it hasn't mattered even a little bit.
Yeah.
Grizzlies are turning the ball over 20 times a game. OKC is getting 25 points off turnovers, and yeah, OKC has had the best defensive rating this year. In the regular season, 106.6. Through these 2 games, it's been an 85.6, so one of the greatest defenses of all time. Only in
Literally.
these 2 playoff games. When you have a guy like Dort, Caruso's coming and shaking things up, they've looked pretty much unstoppable.
How much of it have you watched? Because I told you, I only watched like 5
Game
minutes
1,
of
I
each game.
didn't watch really much of any of it.
That was
Game
Easter,
2,
right?
Yeah, something like
Yeah.
that. Game 2, they kept it relatively close until like the third quarter.
Okay.
But Grizzlies have no chance. I don't see why there was so much hype around this coach. I mean,
Well,
it's not like
let's
it's the
not blame
coach's-
it on the
it's not like it's the
coach.
coach's fault,
No.
but the Thunder would go up 12-0 to start the game, and the coach would just stand around like looking pissed. They're definitely
doesn't want to
cooked.
burn a timeout yet, brother.
I mean, we've seen the same thing with the Grizzlies for a few years now. Ja, Jaren, Bane, and just young players around him. They got to get a real legit wing in there to help them compete.
They had one, Dylan Brooks.
Now I'm talking about a real legit wing, like above Desmond Bane, a star,
Yeah,
a real star.
I think they're definitely contenders to go get a KD.
Kevin Durant, Jimmy Butler.
I was about to say, I think they're real contenders to go out and get a KD.
I don't
this
think they have the
offseason.
assets.
I don't think KD is demanding that many assets. I really don't think the market's that hot for a 37-year-old KD on a 1-year contract.
Probably not, but they could still get outbidded.
Probably, yeah. I think they have all their draft capital, though.
Yeah.
And maybe they do have to give up a Desmond Bane in that trade.
Yeah, for sure. Like if I'm the Grizzlies, I'm doing that. I don't think Bane's really that great. I'd start Jalen Wells at the 2, and I think they'd be just fine.
Yeah, I think they would be fine as well. So I personally would be a fan of that. Fucking Jaren and KD.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That would look amazing. And Zach Edey. You know?
Yeah, I'm down
It's
for
a
that.
big-ass fucking lineup.
They've been trying to put a wing next to him for 3 years now.
Well, yeah, I mean, they drafted a G.G. Jackson, who hasn't really gotten any minutes at all since coming back from injury with the new coach, which is tough to see. But who's the other? They have another wing on that team. Vince Williams, but he was kind of a come-out-of-nowhere guy, at least for me.
Yeah. I mean, Jalen Wells was great his rookie year.
Yeah, facts. I think Jalen Wells is going to be a very, very good player for a long time. So
I think they need to pull the trigger, though. Make a move.
Definitely.
I mean, I guess they tried for Bridges.
Well, you think the Suns would rather want Bane or Jalen Wells in a bunch of picks?
Probably Jalen Wells.
Yeah, probably Jalen Wells.
Because Bane's up for a contract soon.
Bane's also.
I'm not trying to give Desmond Bane a max contract.
He has the weirdest build I've ever seen, bro. Like something about like the short wingspan, but being ripped, but also like looking short. But of course, he's like 6'5".
Yeah,
I don't know.
Weirdest build in NBA history.
For real though.
He make it work though.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's kind of a hit or miss guy though sometimes. But
yeah, if I'm the Grizzlies, I'm trying to trade him for a KD.
Yeah. What series do you want to talk about next?
Let's skim over this Cleveland-Miami game 1.
It's another one I have not really been tapped into.
Yeah, I mean, they only played one game. He played good, and they still lost by 21 points.
Do you know what the score is right now as we're talking?
I can look for you, but I liked in the fourth quarter, Ty Jerome scored 16 in the fourth.
Facts. They're
played a real good
Ty
game.
Jerome masterclass.
It's currently 53-37 in the second quarter, so it looks like another blowout game.
By the Heat, right? No, I'm joking.
Yeah. Just exactly what we expected.
Yeah.
Completely outclassed.
They were attacking Tyler Hero in that first game.
Yeah.
Like, it felt like 30 possessions in a row. Just get the switch on the Tyler Hero and tear him up. But, yeah, let's just gloss over that one. Another one we can kind of gloss over is the Celtics Magic series. Game 2's on right now. It's actually kind of close. I think it's halftime, 47-50.
No Tatum.
Yeah, no Tatum, though. They were up by, I believe, like 12 points earlier, and the Magic made a little run. But game 1, that was a blowout, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Magic only scored 86 points.
Whew, yeah. I mean, Paolo, I do like how he's been playing, but...
Yeah. I think he dropped like 36 in game 1. But he was the only guy to really do anything.
Only guy to show up.
And, I mean, they played great defense on Tatum and Brown, but the Celtics, that's why they're so good, because they have a guy like Derek White who can hit 7 threes and drop 30 points.
Yeah, facts. And, I mean, I think Peyton Pritchard is definitely liable to do that at least one time in their playoff run this year.
Yeah,
so.
Shout out Peyton Pritchard. Just won the Sixth Man of the Year.
Yes, big facts. We just talked about the Cavs. Shout out Kenny Atkinson as well. He won Coach of the Year, right?
Definitely deserved, yep.
Definitely. I mean, Ime's better, but... Yeah. Speaking of Ime, you want to just talk about Rockets Warriors right now?
Yeah, that was a great game 1, man.
It was. Dude, fuck Steph Curry. Let me just go on record right now and say, fuck you, Steph Curry. Some fucking disgust. I was texting you like unfair.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it's
that
because
1-3 in the fourth when he's just running it and just logo.
It was out of that
out
of bounds
was
play.
Guarding it too.
Because it was out of bounds on the Warriors, but the Rockets didn't have any challenges left.
Yeah.
Hit it to Curry, right in a man's face. That was crazy.
I mean, he's literally running, and he's like 35 feet deep.
Just
launched it. I was watching. I was like, no way. No way. I mean, there's definitely a point in that game where Steph Curry was realizing that he was feeling it.
Yeah.
And when you're playing Steph Curry in a game where he's feeling it, there's nothing you can do, bro.
Literally nothing.
There's also a disgusting 3 on the, I believe it was on the left side. He's
that
just
contested fall away.
The contested fall away 3.
I think after he scored those 3 points against y'all last time and everyone was talking about it, he said, all right, I'm Steph Curry. I'm going to show y'all who the fuck I am.
Facts.
I'm going to drop 30 on y'all and get the game 1 dub.
I do think that if Fred VanVleet or Jalen Green, if one of them was on, it was definitely going to be a real tough game for the Warriors. Jalen kind of was pissing me off this game. I mean, he was getting clamped up by Steph Curry, Gary Payton, damn near every time he touched the ball. He was not being aggressive on his drives, but even at the same time, the paint was definitely clogged up for him, and he was not getting a fucking whistle, bro. I've said this before. He has like no whistle. Bro gets fucking hacked every time he drives. Does not get a call. I mean, the refs were definitely letting them play.
Yeah.
But it just kind of pisses me off. He's got nothing going for him. He's trying to get to the line. He goes hard at the fucking rim.
He's not a guy that complains to the refs either.
Nah, he's not. That's why I love him. But he didn't have anything going for him. He couldn't fucking hit a shot. He couldn't get into the paint. He couldn't get into a lane. He was being a little bit hesitant driving the ball, picking up his dribble. So it definitely makes sense to drive hard, and he was drawing the fucking contact, which is something you have to do in this league, especially if you're struggling. Getting to the free throw line can help you get to a rhythm.
Yeah.
Man, it sucks that
Yeah.
he has no whistle, but I hope he bounces back tonight. Game 2 is what, 9:30?
They're going to need it because Sengun was carrying them. Sengun needs some help.
I mean, first play off the jump, Sengun fucking bodies Draymond Green. I mean, bad.
They got a little thing, you know?
Yeah,
I don't think
they got
like
some
each other.
beef. No, not at all. Speaking of Draymond Green, did you see him say that shit about Cat?
Bro, I'm just going to ignore that shit.
No.
He's going to take credit for his good game 1 or something?
I need to ask Warriors fans, like, do y'all actually fuck with this dude? Like, are you just rooting for him because he's like y'all respect him and you respect how important he was to the fucking championship run? Like, do y'all really rock with this dude? This dude says, like, because he'd be saying
even
some
Baron Davis
blasphemous
is like,
bullshit.
really, bro?
Literally.
On the podcast.
But I don't know. I just fuck you, Draymond. But Fred VanVleet, that man played like hot ass.
Yeah.
He was like 4 for 19 or some crazy shit like that.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a vet that we definitely need to step up in this run. And if he shoots like that and plays like that, we're not going to win a game.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, him and Jalen's performance, you don't think they're going to do that through the whole series?
Even Amen had like a missed dunk that he should have got.
Yeah.
He didn't play his greatest offense, but
I still think Ime and the Rockets have a good game plan to beat the Warriors. I mean, they only scored 95 points. Warriors.
It was only a 10-point game. I mean, we cut it to what, 3 points in the fourth quarter, game, yeah. And then Steph Curry decided to shit in our face. But
it's not like Curry was getting open shots either. I mean, he was hitting tough shot after tough shot. I don't think that's sustainable either, even though it is Steph Curry. The Rockets were also 6 for 29 from 3 throughout the whole game.
Yeah.
You figure the Rockets shooting isn't going to be that bad all series.
Shout out Jabari Smith. He did play a very good
His
game.
minutes, I thought, were really, really good.
Very impactful.
Yeah.
I think he starts. Tonight. Amen, if we have to, brother. I'm just saying. I mean, Dylan Brooks, he didn't play phenomenal either, but I think Dylan Brooks is always useful to have on the floor.
I think Barry still
I think
comes
the
off
only
the
reason
bench,
that we need Amen,
if he plays, he'll give him some more minutes.
I mean, we played a lot of the double bigs.
It was. I think you guys won those minutes.
Yeah, honestly, me too. They played that lineup that I was talking about a few pods ago. Amen, Tari, Bari, Sengun, and Adams, or Adams and Sengun.
Mm-hmm.
It was only briefly, but, dude, we outsized them very much with that lineup. I mean, Tari's not a shooting guard, so of course we're going to outsize them, but I definitely think that lineup can make an impact in the next few games. And, yeah, I just want to shout out Jabari Smith because he played phenomenal. I mean, he only shot maybe like 4 or 5 times, got to the line.
I think it was 3 for 3.
I think it was
1 for 1 from 3. Probably shot some free throws, though.
Okay, I thought he shot a little bit more than that, but man, Sengun looked good.
Yeah.
I don't think
22 offensive rebounds for the Rockets, though.
Yes, and the fact that's shout out to Steven Adams. I think he had like
Yeah.
7 of those.
Yeah. Played like 20 minutes, grabbed 12 boards. I mean,
Yeah.
that's why I think the game plan is there. You guys just got to play some better offense. Your guys have to hit the shots.
That's been the problem all year. I think. So I saw someone saying that the Warriors' game plan is to just let Sengun score so he can't be the playmaker that he is, which I just think was not true. He finished with 3 assists, but he had like 14 potential assists. Our guys were just not making their shots.
Exactly.
And those guys happen to be Jalen and Fred, who are vital to us
on the offensive
on
end.
the offensive side of the floor.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Jalen Green was playing great defense, but
Yeah, I think the whole Rockets team was playing great defense, hustling. Everyone was locked in. Just got to make the shots, to make or miss league.
Yeah, it is a make or miss league, and we were missing on
Still
Sunday.
wouldn't be surprised if this is a 6-7 game series.
I think it's gonna go 7. If the Warriors win tonight, I definitely think they might be able to just wrap it up very quickly.
Yeah.
But it was a very tough fucking game for them. Let's not get it twisted.
Curry, as good as he is, he can't do that the whole series.
He can't do that every night. And let's be honest, if he didn't fucking go for 30 and hit some of the most ridiculous threes I've watched live since him,
Yeah.
but
They probably lose the game.
yeah, they probably do lose that game. It was low scoring. It was gritty.
Exactly what the Rockets wanted it to be.
Yeah, I think we only had 36 points going into halftime.
Yeah.
And we put up 50, in the second half. But they were up big for a while. Our offense looked a lot better in the second half. But regardless, we can't start slow.
Got to get out in transition every opportunity you can, I think.
Big facts, because they're definitely not as fast as us.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think that's all I got to say about Rockets Warriors. I'm excited for tonight's game.
Yep.
You gonna be tuning in?
For sure.
Let's get it.
If I can stay up.
Yeah, I was definitely getting sleepy at the end of that game, but
Last series we got to talk about Lake Show versus Minnesota.
Now that's been a pretty fun series.
Yeah, I mean, game 1, Lakers came out with no intensity.
No energy.
No energy. Everyone was lackadaisical from the jump. Timberwolves were getting any shot they wanted, I felt like.
Yeah. And on the contrary, game 2, Anthony Edwards said it himself. They were kind of, anytime he got the ball, it was almost like they switched into sort of like a zone.
Yeah.
And anytime he saw a lane, there's 3 guys there.
Yeah, I didn't really notice like that, but after he said that, I went and watched some highlights or like watched parts of the game, and it's right. Every time Ants got the ball, they're kind of like
they're shifting.
Gapping
they're shifting, yeah. Which was what their entire defense was the second half of the year.
Yep.
Which I think backfired in game 1. But they also, I don't think we're playing high enough energy to really make the difference on Anthony Edwards, even playing the gap defense.
And even
Chenzo
was
was
6 for
killing
9
too.
from 3 in game 1.
Yeah.
McDaniels 11 for 13 from the field. He was just on point.
DiVincenzo hit some good shots.
DiVincenzo, of course, can't leave him open.
I think he is their X factor as well. If he can come to the game and be a microwave on the offensive side of the floor, play make a little bit.
Yeah.
But game 2, I think Julius Randle played well for what he's asked to do.
Julius, I think he's been played good both games. I think he had a lot of turnovers in game 1, but just playing his game, he's not hurting them.
No, not like what he had, like 26 points last night.
Yeah,
and he was definitely getting on the glass. I still don't think it works, Julius and Ant.
Not the perfect mesh.
No, they're. Let me not say they're similar because they're both trying to do the same thing though.
Who, Ant and Julius?
Yeah,
both trying to get to the basket.
Yeah, they're both trying to get to the basket or get to their pull-up game, which it's tough when they have overlapping skill sets like that.
And Gobert's in the game.
Yeah, because he clogs that shit up. I mean, I think he was holding his own against Luka for the most part.
Who, Gobert?
Yeah,
I mean, it's like their whole offense. Sometimes it's like get a guard.
Oh yeah,
get Gobert switch on a guard and attack him.
And Luka, what? He had 36. He was cooking.
Luka was cooking for sure.
He was definitely attacking Gobert, but I think he doesn't get the credit.
No, Gobert's playing like pretty great defense out there for a big man.
Yes, for a big man guarding Luka Doncic.
Yeah.
Like, he was staying in front of him. Luka was hitting some tough shots.
And I don't know if that's like a sustainable offensive game plan. Just switch.
I don't know, man, because the
Gobert.
Mavericks did it to him last year
Yeah.
in the Western Conference Finals, and they were killing him with Jaden Hardy.
That's true, but with the defensive team around him, I don't know, man. Game 1, it didn't work.
I mean, I know what you mean with the defensive team around him, but it's not like Naz Reid and Julius Randle are all phenomenal help defenders. Like,
No.
if they were, that'd be great. Of course, Nah and Jaden McDaniels are.
Even Ant.
Yeah,
Can
even
get the
Ant.
passing lanes, be athletic.
I mean, he's definitely a good defender. I don't know if I'd say he's a good help defender necessarily.
Probably not. Probably doesn't have that IQ.
Yeah, but Ant's wilding out, grabbing his dick. He said
I'm
Rudy
making
got 300
mil.
No, he said Rudy got
Yeah.
300 mil, and my dick bigger than yours. That shit cost him 50,000. He
Ain't
said,
shit to
"Send the
him."
invoice, brother."
Yeah, ain't shit to him. Game 1, though, like we said, Timberwolves made 21 threes.
Yeah.
Game 2, only 5.
I mean, Lakers definitely came into game 2 with a lot more intensity, urgency.
Yeah.
I like JJ Redick going off on them in the fourth when they started to slip a bit.
Jesus fucking Christ, man. What the fuck you guys doing?
Literally.
Darvin Ham would have never done that.
I like JJ as a coach, man.
Yeah.
He's enthusiastic, and he's really in the game, where Darvin Ham's got his fucking hands in his pockets. And
Darvin Ham was not. He
Makes
wasn't
no
a player's
adjustments.
coach. Wasn't an X-O's guy.
what
JJ
was
Redick
he?
is both.
What was he?
He was just a puppet for LeBron, I guess. I don't know.
No, because he was terrible.
Yeah. But JJ Redick, you saw the adjustments he did make. Obviously, he's a great basketball coach, and he can relate to the players and talk to them in a way where they can get behind him.
Love JJ, man.
Yeah, I'm excited for the rest of the series. I mean, I don't know if
I'd like to see how the Timberwolves adjust.
yeah,
To see if they put
I don't know
a
what
smaller
adjustments they can
lineup
make,
out
though.
there. Like line up with Anthony Edwards, Steve Vincenzo, Jane McDaniels, and Julius Randle. Like, try to get more shooting, try to get more openness for Anthony
Switchability.
Edwards. Yeah, switchability. I mean, I think that works good because it's not like the Lakers can punish them on the inside.
Yeah. Jackson Hayes is only playing like 10 minutes a game. He gets to start and doesn't really come back in.
I mean, I think they're kind of just playing him for the tip.
Yeah.
And it's not like Rudy's going to punish anybody either.
Nah.
So there's no negative to going small for either team. I would love to see the Timberwolves attempt that at least.
Yeah.
Because their shooting's ass, and if you have 4 guys like Anthony Edwards, Jane McDaniels, and forgot the DiVincenzo. Those are 4 guys that I don't think you can just leave open. Jane McDaniels, yeah, you're going to gap off him a bit more.
Yeah.
Even Nikhil Alexander-Walker, you're not going to leave him wide open, but he's not exactly respected as a shooter like that. But it gives them the best chance.
Exactly. And with the Lakers, like switching, run around, scramble defense,
Yeah.
it's very more likely to get some open threes.
And I think Julius Randle would thrive in that lineup as well because we know he likes to get to the paint. We know what he likes to do. I think he's a very good playmaker, honestly.
Yeah, he is a good
I love
playmaker.
when Julius Randle gets in his bag and teams kind of let him run the offense. If they take everything away from Ant, it kind of has to be Julius right now.
Hey, maybe that trade was that cat Julius. I don't know, man.
I like Julius, but
I do too. But
there's definitely times where I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And you're giving no
I
energy
think
on
he would
defense.
really help the Knicks
Really?
as a secondary playmaker.
I
Cat
mean,
is not that, and that's exactly what the Knicks need right now.
I know what you mean, but I don't think. I think in a ideal world, that's not Julius Randle as a secondary playmaker. It's Dante DiVincenzo.
What?
Maybe not as a secondary playmaker, but I don't think it's Julius Randle. I think it's another version of it, like maybe Ty Jerome or something, like another guard.
For what team? What are you talking
The
about?
Knicks.
What team?
The Knicks. Yeah.
With that team?
Yeah. If
I
they
feel
had
like
another
Julius would
guard,
fit perfectly with that team
really?
right now.
We were talking about before the season, before the trade. We don't know how Julius fits in with this roster now that they went on that playoff run without him.
Yeah.
We don't know how he fits in now. And now you're saying you love how he fits?
I'm just saying, like, with what the Knicks offense is doing,
That's on Tibbs, though.
it's on Tibbs.
Like they have.
I guess Tibbs still thinks he has Randall on the team.
You don't have to produce everything off like an elite ball handler.
No.
Like there's you can
He can
run
run off-ball
sets. Yeah,
actions.
you can
Yeah.
run off ball actions. Like
Tibbs doesn't do that.
No. Like you can get a Miles McBride out there to run the offense, and just make reads. Like
Try to get Cat an open three.
exactly, I run cat or through the post too. I mean that doesn't have to be necessarily playmaking at all, but
Yeah. He's got to
definitely get open guy. He can definitely get guys open. Like
Oh, for sure. He can make the pass.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Is that the last series that we had?
Yeah, I think that'll do it.
We got Celtics, Cavs, Pistons, Knicks. Yeah.
Well,
We
give me your
talked about
top three
Bucks,
series so
Pacers.
far.
Top 3 series so far.
Some games have played 2 games. Some have played 1.
I mean, I'm predicting it's going to be Rockets Warriors
That's got to be in
because
there,
it was a great game 1. I think Lakers Timberwolves is only going to continue to get more. Well, I don't want to have 3 East teams, but it's going to. Okay,
3 West teams, you
scrap Lakers. Yeah, scrap
Okay.
Lakers Timberwolves. I'm going to replace them with Clippers Nuggets and Pistons Knicks.
I like those 3. I think those would be mine as
Because
well.
Pistons Knicks is going to be physical.
Yeah.
It's going to be Kate
Grinded out
Cunningham
series.
and Jalen Brunson. I always love watching guard battles. And Clippers Nuggets, that shit's going to go down to the wire. All 7 games, I feel
Both
like,
games so far, 1 OT game, 1 right down to the wire. Definitely.
Yeah.
Going 7.
And Rockets Warriors, I think, is the most physical series.
Yeah.
I think it's the most potential for like either team that wins. It's a fun story. It's a fun narrative. You
Yeah.
know, you got the old Warriors that are trying to make a run with Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
And you got the young fucking dogs with the Rockets. So
Running and gunning.
yeah, yes sir. What about you? What's your top 3 series?
Definitely got to be the Clippers, Nuggets.
Yeah.
Pistons, Knicks as well.
Yep.
I think it's gonna be Rockets, Warriors. I
It's
mean,
that or Lakers Timberwolves.
Lakers,
right?
Timberwolves, but I just like watching the Rockets and Warriors better,
Yeah,
just because the pace of the game.
for sure. I think they can go. I think the Rockets could even like go faster.
Yeah.
Which is something Amen even said. I think this whole like shit slows down in the playoffs thing is.
I mean, it's true.
It is true, but it doesn't have to be that way. If you can push the pace.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of something that we have to do because our half court offense is not good. It does not look good. We need an offensive coach in there. As much as I love Ime, I haven't seen anything that really gets me going. I mean, Jalen LP pick and roll is always going to be fun to watch for me. I think Jalen definitely needs to be better in that pick and roll because he doesn't necessarily use Alperen Sengun's threat to his advantage. And believe it or not, Jalen has some of the best gravity in the NBA. Off ball, on ball. He gets fucking guarded. People are looking at what he's doing. So he could be a lot better playmaker, in my opinion.
He can. He just looks to shoot.
He does just look to shoot. I mean, first play of the game, though, was pick and roll Jalen and Sengun.
Led to a slam.
Led to a fucking slam. I mean, he could have passed it to him a bit sooner, but either way,
Yeah.
very, very fun.
One of them's got to step up tonight. Who you got? Van Fleet or Jalen?
I mean, I pray that Van Vliet steps up because he's our vet.
Yep.
He's our offensive vet that we need.
Championship point guard.
Yeah, and he's one of the best shooters that we have. As streaky as he is, he's one of the best shooters that we have.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to see a good Dylan Brooks game. He can get hot from 3.
Yeah.
We've seen it before. We saw it in the Olympics.
Yeah. Dylan the villain.
Facts. Dylan the villain needs to come out tonight.
He needs to start some shit with Draymond. Someone get ejected.
I mean, I'd always love to see Jalen go off, but I think it's more realistic that Freddie,
Especially against the
finds a
Warriors.
shot
I mean,
tonight.
Jalen's always
Yeah,
asking.
there's
the
something
Warriors.
mentally with him with the Warriors, man. I mean, seriously though, because I don't know what it is. He just cannot get his buckets to go in.
No.
He
I mean, the Warriors have a great defense.
They
Simple
do,
as
they
that.
do, but like he looks just so hesitant against them. I don't know.
Something, the looks they're showing him, I don't know. These offenses and defenses are so
Here's my thing.
complicated nowadays.
He almost never gets clamped like he got clamped game one, and it was
Couldn't
Steph.
get by.
Steph
He couldn't even
Curry
get by
was
him.
clamping him. No, he couldn't get by him in isos where he should have easily gotten by him. So I don't know, but I think that wraps it up for our playoff talk or early reactions. You want to talk about Landry Fields and the Hawks fire him as the GM? I mean, I thought he was doing fine. He didn't make the DeJounte Murray trade. I don't know if you knew that. He came in the
What was
next
in there for
season.
1 year?
I think
2
two.
years? I don't get it.
I don't get it either because I thought he did very well recovering from that trade, getting a Dyson Daniels and draft. They got draft capital back, right? For DeJounte? I mean, I know it wasn't just Dyson.
I don't know, but they've got a good team built around him.
Yeah, I think if Jalen Johnson was healthy, I think they definitely beat Miami.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely think there's a chance they beat the Magic too. And they're in a playoff series right now, albeit not winning that playoff series, but they have something brewing over there.
Maybe the owner has a plan for the team, and he
As
wants
well
to bring this GM in to
as
execute
Trae
the plan.
As well as Trae Young fits with his team and how good he is, I just don't know if he can ever be the leader of like a real good team, because of his size, because of what he defensively.
Made to the Eastern Conference
is.
Finals.
They did, but that was a fucking fluke, and we know it, right?
How is it a fluke? They beat a very good 76ers team.
Yeah, they did. They beat the Heat as well.
They were up 2-0 on the Bucks.
But let's be honest, brother. That was a completely different team. Not only was that a different team.
I don't even know who the fuck was on that team.
Clint's still on that team.
Yeah. Bogey. Bogdanovich was on that team, I think.
I can't even remember who was on that team either.
That's all I remember. Because Trae was carrying.
Trae was definitely carrying. I feel like Larry Nance was on that team for some reason.
Yeah, some random ass role players.
There's some.
I don't think he has a place to get traded.
Collins.
John Collins, yeah, he did have a great series.
Yeah.
I don't see anywhere where Trae gets traded though.
Yeah, that's my thing.
Just keep building. It's not like he's 29. He's like 25,
No,
26.
I know. I just don't know if Trae can ever be that guy.
Number one on a championship team.
Number one on a... Oh,
He
shit.
can't.
KP's fucking bleeding right now.
I'll tell it to you. Trae's not that good.
You don't think he's that good?
Number one on a championship team? No.
Well, like, what about number two on a championship team?
That's
the
thing with Trae Young. Can he play the number 2 role?
Well, like,
I don't think so.
You're right. You are right.
He's got the ball in his hands every single play.
That's why I don't love... I mean, I think he's a very good fucking player. I like Trae Young, but I just doubt that he can ever be on a championship team because of his play style and his size.
Yeah, I agree.
And, yeah, he can't play defense.
As great of a player he is.
Yeah.
He'd probably have that Dame type of career where he stays in one place.
Hey, bro, Dame
makes
was
some runs.
Clutch, though.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying he's going to be ever as good as Dame was in his prime.
Yeah.
But he's got the archetype. Great offensive player.
I think he's a better playmaker than Dame ever was.
Yeah.
Trae's top 3 playmaker.
Yeah, I mean, Trae makes the most insane passes.
Top 5.
There's just so many good playmakers.
Yeah, I was like,
he's
there's
top
Luka,
5, top
Jokic,
10.
Halliburton.
Josh Giddey.
Fuck you. He's
got to be up there.
Alfred Sengun.
Lonzo Ball.
Hey, bro, Lonzo was up there that 1 year. Lonzo Ball was
He still is.
Man.
Wait till he get healthy this offseason. Man, we going to be nice next year.
You are trolling.
Lonzo, Kobe, Giddey, Modest, and
Zion Williamson.
At the 5? Hell yeah. We playing small and we running.
Trey Jones.
I better watch the fuck out.
Watch
Kevin
out for the
Huerter.
Bulls. Early real prediction. Where do the Bulls finish next year in the standings?
9th. We going to be playing.
Again?
Yeah, it's just same shit with the Bulls. We're going to be playing.
Yeah. I don't know. I think y'all could probably take that final step back next year.
Well, yeah, I mean, Sixers will get better, presumably. Toronto should probably get better.
Atlanta.
Atlanta with Jalen Johnson back. The NBA is just way too unpredictable.
It is.
The Bulls can go crazy
I mean,
and finish as the
For all,
sixth seed. They
for
can
all we
have
know,
an
the
insane
Bucks
run.
could fucking
blow it
up the
up.
roster. Yeah.
Yeah.
For all we know, fucking the Celtics could all get injured next year, and they're a fucking 14 seed. Like,
Yeah.
you
We
just
just
never
saw
know.
it happen to the Sixers.
Yeah, you just never know. Well, the Sixers, it's a little bit more.
PG was ass, but
Yeah.
Maxey got hurt, McCain got hurt, Embiid's hurt. Don't forget how fucking good Jared McCain was when he came in. Bro was
Jared
dropping
McCain
25
was
a
great.
game, doing his fucking nail polish TikTok dances mid court. Bro,
Oh
did
my
not give a
god,
fuck.
bro! Do you see KP right now?
He caught a massive elbow to the forehead.
From Gogo
From
Batadze.
The Magic with Jalen Suggs in the lineup, they were like a top 3 seed all year. They're gonna be nice next year.
Jalen Suggs is nice.
That's what I'm saying. They were like a top 5 seed when they were all healthy.
Yeah, but you got to remember, they fell off when they were all healthy.
Not with Suggs.
Yeah, no. They were like top 2
Suggs
seeds.
is that connector glue guy.
No, brother.
Don't sleep on Suggs now.
I'm not sleeping on Suggs. I'm
I know you love Suggs.
Jalen Suggs fan way before you, but like
What college you go to?
Gonzaga.
Before Gonzaga. Nah, just kidding.
He didn't go to Gonzaga.
You thought about it for a second.
No,
though.
because I was like, he played football as well. But when they all came back healthy, that's when they fell off. When Franz and Paulo came back, that's when they fell off.
Yeah.
Which was surprising, but I don't know. Do you want to get into this
Yeah, let's get into that
player poll. Anonymous player poll?
I haven't taken much looks at it.
It's low-key gonna be like a little bonus quiz if you made it this far, boys. I'm sure you know this one already. Who was voted MVP by the players?
That would be Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yes, it was, but with more
Jokic
than
second.
yes, with more than 56% of the vote.
How much did Jokic get?
Jokic got 37%.
Okay.
The only other guys to get votes were Giannis, Donovan Mitchell, and LeBron James. So
LeBron Glaze is crazy.
yeah, LeBron MVP this year is insane. Which team other than your own will win the title this season?
The Thunder. Celtics.
Yes, the Celtics with 57% of the vote. Thunder are number 2 with 17%.
That's it?
Yeah.
Damn. Celtics got a majority.
I mean, they're the reigning
They are the reigning
championships.
champs, but they just won 68 games and
This
have the
one
MVP.
Should also be pretty obvious. 5 years from now, who will be the face of the league?
Tatum.
Brother.
Wemby?
Yes. Victor Wemby.
I mean, but Tatum's got the chip. He's got the team around him already. He's got a building.
Tatum is number 4 behind
Luka.
No. Anthony Edwards, Shea, and Wemby.
Shea. Yeah.
Wemby with 54% of the vote.
I mean, if it said who would be the best player.
Um,
I don't know.
Tatum,
Best players always face the
Luka,
league.
Paulo, Cade, Ja Morant, also receiving about 2% of the vote.
I'm going to tell y'all, whoever voted for Ja, he is not going to be the face of the league.
Some other
Not even just based on play.
Some other fun ones in here that all received like 1 vote. Scotty Barnes, Kevin Durant,
You been playing at 42?
Chet Holmgren, Zachary Rizichet, Shaden Sharp, Zion Williams, and I'm sure this one you'd love to hear, Modest Buzell.
Yes, sir.
Dalen Terry definitely voted. Or someone over there.
I ain't seen no Jalen Green on there.
Hey, brother, that's because Sengun wasn't cheesing the fucking system, my boy. This one I know you've seen, the overrated player.
Yeah.
Tyrese Halliburton. How do you feel?
He's played a
about that?
great series so far in the playoffs.
Yeah.
The best assist turnover ratio in the league. I love to see in the minutes that I've watched in this Pacers-Bucks series, he's driving to the rim pretty good, which is something that I don't really expect to see him do a lot, but
Josh Giddey got a vote for this too.
that's crazy. How is he overrated?
He received
Who's
one
number
vote.
2?
Number 2 is Rudy Gobert. Can you guess number 3?
I think I see Tobias Harris.
No. It's someone we already talked about today.
Trae Young.
Yeah, Trae Young. Jimmy Butler received 5% of the vote.
That's crazy.
Bradley Beal, Draymond
No
Green.
PG.
Paul George did get a vote. Dylan Brooks got a vote. I don't know. He's
Overrated as
underrated.
fuck.
He's underrated if you ask me. But
Probably a little bit right now, to be honest.
John Morant, Julius Randle, Joel Embiid, Giannis got 2% somehow. Fucking bitches.
It's probably James Harden.
Tyler Hero, Drew Holiday,
Yeah, these are just random ass.
JJJ, LeBron, Kyle Kuzma. You've been some hot ass Kyle Kuzma.
Game 1, put up the 0, 0, 0,
In
0,
20
and 0.
minutes, 22 minutes or something like that.
Tony Snow, you can rest.
Another buck.
Yeah.
That's insane that we've done that twice. Sabonis, Zion, Jock Landale received the vote. Fuck whoever put that in. They got beef with Jock. LaMelo got a vote. Chris Paul, so for some reason, got a vote. But who's the most underrated player according to these anonymous NBA players?
Trey Murphy.
Nah, I love the guess. I don't. He did get a vote, which
The most
surprised me.
underrated.
I love the Trey Murphy pick from you, by the way.
It's just
You know I'm a Trey
first one that
Murphy
came to
guy.
mind.
This a guy.
Is he like a star player? Or is he like
superstar.
Oh, superstar.
Well, no, not a superstar yet, but definitely a future
on the track?
superstar for sure. These playoffs, definitely.
Kate Cunningham.
Yes, sir. Cade
Okay.
Cunningham. Number 2,
He's not even underrated at this point.
Derek
Well,
White.
maybe to the
Casuals.
Yeah.
It's because he's in Detroit.
Yep.
Derek White, number 2. Norman Powell on there.
Good pick.
Austin Reeves.
It's a great player.
Tumani Kamara got a vote. Jalen Green got a vote. Fuck you. That's funny. I don't see any Bulls on here, bud.
Should be modest.
Oh my God, so many players got a vote. Amen Thompson got a vote. I still don't see any Bulls on here. Like I said, Thompson twins. Someone wrote in Thompson twins. Kobe White got a vote.
He ain't even underrated.
Nah, I don't think so.
He's perfectly rated.
What's the league's best organization according to the players?
Thunder.
They're number 2.
Warriors.
Yeah, they're number 1. Can you guess the top 5? So you got 1 and 2.
Celtics.
They're number 3.
Okay.
Can you go in order?
It's gonna be Cavs.
No.
I thought the
No.
best teams might have just been the best teams.
Cavs are number 9.
The best what?
The league's best organization.
So like front office.
Yeah, just squad, just team. Owner, managers, coaches, assistants.
Clippers.
Clippers are number 4, brother.
Okay.
All right.
Ty
And
Lue and Ballmer in there.
they just got a whole brand new fucking stadium.
Yeah.
Steve Ballmer pours money into the fucking Clippers, so
Yeah.
I understand why they're on this list. Number 5 should be maybe not an obvious one considering recent.
So is it the Nuggets? I was
No,
about to say.
no, not quite as recent, but this would be more like I'd be surprised that players would want to go here, especially after some comments between the GM over there and a player.
It's not the Sixers.
No,
I thought you were talking about the Daryl Morey and James Harden shit.
more recent than that.
Okay.
This season, man. Think about a player that got shipped this season that had some back and forth.
It's not the Mavericks.
No,
I was about to say.
no,
The Lakers?
No,
Okay. Another trade. Not the Kings.
brother, it's the
The
Miami
Spurs.
Heat.
Oh, the Heat culture.
Pat Riley and Jimmy Butler going back and forth, brother.
That makes sense. Heat culture. Pat Riley's great GM.
Yeah,
I thought it might have been the Spurs for a second.
Spurs were
Surprised
6.
they're not top 5. Okay, 6.
Or no, they were 7. Lakers were 6. Looks like every team almost got a vote here.
Bulls better not be in there.
Milwaukee Bucks are on there. That's funny. I feel like every team's here except the fucking Bulls.
Good.
Damn near. League's worst organization.
The Mavericks. Nah, just because of Luka trade.
They are
the Wizards.
They're number 2. I feel like number 1 should be obvious. They're perennially
The Hornets.
Yes.
The Kings.
Kings are number 4. Hornets are number 1. Wizards number 2. Number 3. Interesting one.
Interesting.
Not that it's pretty obvious though.
Probably just some shit team.
Yeah, extremely shit this year.
Really?
Yeah.
I already said the Wizards.
It's the Pelicans, brother.
Okay, the Pelicans.
The Sixers
I don't even think
are
they're
also
that
on
poorly
this
run.
list.
It's
The
just
Sixers
injuries.
are 5th on this list.
That makes sense. The process.
Daryl Morey is a liar, and I will never play for him again. In China saying that shit.
That's crazy.
Shout out James Harden for that. The Bulls are on this list as well.
Oh, that's fair.
All right. Aside from your current coach, who's the best coach in the league?
Is Popovich on there, even though he's out still?
He got 4% of the
Brad
vote.
Stevens. Wait, what the fuck
He's
am I
not a
talking
coach.
about?
I'm pretty sure he runs there.
Joe Mazzulla.
Joe Mazzulla, I think, was number 4.
Ime.
You're overthinking it, brother. Ime was right under Greg Popovich. Daignault, yes.
Really?
Yes.
Atkinson.
Atkinson's 2. Can you guess 3?
Billy Donovan.
I want to see if Billy Donovan even got a vote.
Probably not.
No, he did not. That's tough, brother.
Is this like some
Brother, an
all-time
all-time
coach?
All-timer.
Spolstra.
Yes.
Okay.
JJ got a vote. Shout out JJ. Ty Lue with 8% of the vote.
Yeah, he's a great coach.
Mike Malone got some votes. Taylor Jenkins got some votes.
This might have been polled a few weeks ago.
Yeah, man, I think so, bud. Aside from your current coach, who's the worst coach in the league?
The worst coach in the league.
I don't even know who this number 1 guy is. I got to look him up real quick because he's got to be like an assistant or something.
Nah. They wouldn't vote for assistants.
I've never heard of this guy before.
I don't know. James Borrego on there?
Okay, never mind. I know who it is. James Borrego, is he still a coach?
Thought he was a coach for the Hornets still.
He might be. James Borrego, not on the list, brother. You're missing
Doc Rivers.
Doc Rivers is number 3.
So if assistants were on there, Ham would be 1. Whoever the fucking Wizards coach is, I don't know.
Brian Keefe.
Is that the Wizards coach?
Yeah, I didn't recognize the name, but
Yeah.
I do recognize his face.
What about Willie Green? Just because they're bad.
Willie Green, no, didn't receive a single vote.
Nice. Good for him.
Someone else who just got fired.
Just got fired.
Awful, bad coach. Won a championship, though.
Mike Malone?
No.
Oh.
Well, he actually did receive 2% of the vote.
Budenholzer.
Yes, bud.
Yeah.
Mike Budenholzer was 17% of the vote. Nick Nurse and Tom Thibodeau also receiving some votes.
Tibbs makes sense.
Which player in the league would you least like to fight?
Isaiah Stewart.
No. Oh, he's 2.
Okay, I was about to say, how is he not on the list?
Number 1 is still it's a
Steven
kind
Adams?
of a shocker. Steven Adams, number 3.
Okay.
Number 1 got 63% of the vote.
Least want to fight?
Yes.
See a center?
No. He's I don't even think he's played a single minute this season.
James Johnson?
Yes, James Johnson. I was about to say
I know he was still in the league.
he's on the Pacers. He always
yeah,
looks
they
like
did
he's
sign
a
him.
fucking assistant coach.
Yeah.
But nah, he's on the
They
roster.
signed him after that Bucks scuffle. I remember
They did have another scuffle last night.
him
Just a
and
small
Dame
one.
and Tyrese been talking shit because Tyrese did that Dame time.
Well, Dame's been playing like shit, so he can't really talk. So
He was talking. He ain't back it up, though.
nah, he did not. Some other guys, Lou Dort got some votes. Jalen Duren, Brooke Lopez, Zion,
Yeah.
Javante Green got a vote. Stephen Curry got a vote.
They ain't
That's
trying to
probably
fuck
just
up the
because-
babyface assassins.
That's just because Dre's got his back, who also got a vote.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Dre isn't top 3.
He's
How
a
wild
fucking
he is,
pussy,
though.
bro. I'm kidding. No one's afraid of Draymond Green. I promise you that. This one is.
Besides Jalen Green.
You think he's afraid of
Nah,
Draymond?
I'm trolling.
Get out of here, brother. This is an interesting one. In the 3-point revolution, are analytics good or bad for the game?
It's like a 50-50 yes or no. Yes.
No, that 38% of the vote said bad, 33% said somewhere in the middle, and 28% said good.
Well, I think it's somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
But like analytics are good for the game, but you can't be like Daryl Morey only shooting threes and layups, no mid range. It's not that good for the game.
No. That shit was led to 29 missed threes in a row or something like
Yeah.
that. I'm gonna skip this one. It's not that interesting. It's about 10-minute quarters.
Nah,
They
12-minute quarters.
They
bro.
all voted no. Yeah. With the league allowing more physicality on the defensive end in the last few seasons, is there enough balance in today's game, or is it still too slanted towards offense?
I mean, with the playoffs right now, you can see how physical it is right now. I think it's perfect.
So 55% of the league said it's still too slanted towards
Well, in
offense.
the regular season, they don't let them play that physical, which I think is fine.
It's funny because 0.7% of the vote was the regular season is too slanted, but the playoffs are too slanted towards defense.
That's kind of fair because they are hacking the shit out of people in the playoffs, but
Yeah.
let them be physical as long
I
as they
agree.
keep it consistent.
That's another one that received 3% of the vote. Is it's inconsistent.
Yeah.
But 35% did say that it was balanced. But
I think so.
I thought that was an interesting question.
Yeah.
Do you think players think gambling is good or bad?
Bad.
Yeah, it's definitely bad.
If you vote good, your name's Terry Rozier or Jonte Porter.
You're crazy with the Terry Rozier one. And the last one, I think this one's pretty obvious as well. Would you be in favor of shortening the regular season if it meant your salary would be less? So
Obviously
you play
not.
less game? Yeah, no. 90% of it was no. Which it's
One-
82 games, bro. That's the season. Let's not shorten that shit.
Let's
not
not
even
shorten
talk
the
about it.
season. Let's not shorten the fucking quarters because all the records would be fucked.
Yeah, for sure. The game is what it is. Let's not fuck around with it. Unless
Yeah.
it's college basketball, men's. Switch that shit to 4 quarters already.
Yeah. That shit I'm fine with because, I mean, you're playing the same amount of time either way.
I mean, women's basketball plays 4
Yeah.
quarters in college. Why the fuck is men's?
I mean, I don't really care. It's not that big of a deal to me. Not a big
It
issue.
just doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't make sense.
Man, I don't think Orlando's like taken the lead one time when I've been watching this. I mean, they've made it close, but Boston's just consistently holding on to like a 7 to 8 point lead.
Especially without Tatum. That
Yeah.
shows how good this team is.
For real. But is there anything else that we need to talk about?
I think that'll do it for today's episode. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you made it this far, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. We appreciate y'all.
Big facts. Drop a comment. What
Yes,
your
sir.
favorite playoff moment, playoff game, playoff series has been so far. Like you said, we appreciate y'all watching and tuning in. So
Excited to see y'all next week to see
should be
what these series are looking like.
close to getting to the end of some of these series. So
Yep.
been fun so far, man. But y'all have a good night, man. Enjoy the games. Peace out.